We gave a border to the table header, and table data in the previous example. So we created a table with two borders that has a double line. So in order to collapse them into a single border, we use the border collapse CSS property. And this is how you can use this property in your CSS. So possible values for this property are separate, collapse, and initial. So for the separate, this is the default value where borders are detached, like as in the previous examples. So for the collapse value, so this will make the border collapse into a single border, and the initial value, this will set the default the value to its default value. In this example, we created two tables. As you can notice here, the first table has double border, and to collapse these table borders into one, we can use the CSS property border collapse with a value of collapse. So this will turn this double line border into single line border. Another properties are the table width and height. So browsers automatically set the widths and heights of the rows and columns of your table according to the cell's contents. So cells containing the most content usually set the heights and widths of all their adjacent cells. With CSS, you can also explicitly set the dimensions of your cells. Width and height can be specified in units of length like pixels, percentage, and others, and also through auto. So in this, the browser will calculate and select a width for the specified element, like a default value. They also supports initial. So this will set the property to the default value and inherit. So this can inherit from parent element. So here in the first table, the width of the first whole column is decided by the width of the cell with most content, on which this cell here has the most content. And in the second table, specifying the width for one cell will affect the whole column. So in the code, so for that table, we set the width to 25%, and this is the result of that. Width is set in percentage relative to the whole table. For table 3, we specify the height for one cell, and this will affect the whole row. So in the code, we set the height to 70 pixels. So, and this is the result. And for the last example, in the code, we specify the width to 100%. So specifying 100% for table width will occupy the whole width of the parent element. So the width and height of one cell might not only affect the cell but the whole column or row respectively. If cells in one column or row have different widths and heights specified, the largest value is used.